All right, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So this is I'm probably not even gonna do an intro to this. This is one of my best friends, Zack Kellogg. We met. We were both. I was an intern at Enterprise. Yeah, that was not the best look, but it was a great experience. And yeah, what was I there? 3 days. You had been there a little while, but I was there 3 days, and he did the classic like, yeah, can you help me move something? My dumbass said yeah, and then that was it right there. So, do you want to just let everyone know real quick, like, who you are and what you do for work, or and a little bit about your business if you want?
Yeah. So I'm Zach. I work at a fleet management company right now. I'm in marketing. I do more of the analytics side, as well as dealing with like inbound leads and things like that. And then I also run a detailing business, which I've been doing for about 11 or so years. I've been doing that on the side ever since I was in high school. I learned a lot of that from my grandfather, who always liked to have his vehicle clean and everything. So I learned the techniques from him and just started growing from there. But other than that, yeah, I met Kyle when we both were working at Enterprise.
Just a young buck.
I asked him to move a couch, and then he wouldn't leave me alone. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, after that, at the time we had lived pretty close, so we would work out all the time. And Zach's got a sweatshirt on, but his pythons are fucking huge. But yeah, I was still in. I'm trying to think. I was still in college, right? Yeah, it was an internship.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an internship my junior year. Yeah, my junior year, I think. Yeah. That was rough. That was like 12-hour days and just running around with a bunch of people that never did any work.
That's and
just trying to figure out how to satisfy a customer when you don't have a car. And it's only because your manager will make more money if you don't have cars.
That's exactly it.
Which is like, yeah, it's literally a cult. So
it's a tough concept.
Yeah, it's literally, yeah. They're like, well, yeah, we can get your car. You don't mind waiting a second. Meanwhile, the people in the back are calling to find a car that we can clean and get gas, not even give you gas. And then you get rated on making the upset customer, you selling them fucking insurance that they already have. Anyways. So yeah, if you're renting a car. I rented a car in we went to South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I thought like, oh, you work at Enterprise, the guy would be like, oh, cool. So like I don't have to like waste your time. I was like, yeah, I worked, from New Hampshire, I worked at Enterprise. And he's still like trying to sell me so hard. Like I'm like a more like everyone else.
Like he never worked there.
I'm
before?
like, no, like, yeah. I know the deal. Yeah, no, he didn't. I thought it was like, oh, he knows anyways. But yeah, Zach's anytime I have my car around his stuff, I just feel like dog shit because it's always spotless. But I will have your business page linked down below. Definitely check it out. And I know you're usually pretty full, but I mean you've done some crazy stuff, so definitely trustworthy. Have his car, and you will literally go pick up cars sometimes, right?
And then, yeah, definitely. I
just bring it back
either like on site at their house. I bring it back to my house and do it, or vice versa, where I go pick it up, bring it to my place, and then drop it off when it's done.
Is that something you just want to continue to keep doing on the side, or is it there? Would you do that? Would you ever do that full time? I guess.
I think where in New Hampshire, it's really tough to
like
do it in
6 months out of the year. It's friggin' winter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was somewhere else where there was a longer summer period or a longer, nicer period of time, it would be a lot easier. But right now it's great to have on the side.
Yep.
And
we'll keep our other business that we're in together on the DL for now. That'll be a little bit of surprise. And maybe we'll bring you into Kaya here eventually. We're getting there. So But so today is Friday the 8th, and all I've cared about all day is the Masters. So I do want to talk about that. Were you able to, did you watch at all over the last 2 days?
I watched a little bit on both days. I watched a little bit more today. I really just caught highlights from yesterday. But
Dude,
what a story.
Woods had a rough start.
Who?
Woods. But he
He
finished
had a pretty good start
he
yesterday.
finished plus
Today-
2 today, but he's plus 1 overall.
Yeah, he was -1 yesterday, +2 today. But what a story. Coming back from a major leg injury.
I love how in the interview at the end, I don't know if you saw, but they're like, well, so now 2 days of walking 18, and like, how you feeling? You're pretty sore. And he just laughed. He's like, not as good as I want. And you can tell he's like hobbling around.
A little stiff, I bet.
I like Scheffler, who has like the 5-shot lead, but
Yep.
I mean, I know it's anything could happen, but that's a tough thing to hold on to or not, or like you can give it up super easy.
Yeah. I think there was a couple of them that were going neck and neck, like trading off holes, it felt like.
Yeah, there's 4. I have it pulled up. That's why I'm looking off screen. There's 4 other people that are 3 under. Lowry, Matsuyama, Schwartzel, and I'm.
Yeah, Matsuyaka was doing great later in the day today.
Yeah, 3 under. That's crazy. So I have literally my weekends planned around watching the rest of this. So I'm trying to hit the gym early tomorrow. I have to be out we're going out at noon to like the New Hampshire homemade thing. I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know what it is, but because then I was like, Sunday I have, other than work, which I have to do tomorrow and like tomorrow evening, because I literally always have work now.
Yeah.
Sunday is like work and then Masters, which I don't ever do because I always have something to do, but that it's going to be dedicated to just watching but I feel like in New Hampshire, it's like what gets everyone excited, or at least New England, not just New Hampshire, gets everyone excited to go play. Because all the courses are open now, even though it's only been like 50 degrees.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Instagram stories from guys that I went to high school with or
already playing
with, and they're out playing, and they live in New England. It's like brown grass, like doesn't look appealing. And then
but now I'm like watching. Now they're all in Augusta, and I'm like, oh, I want to play so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't gone out, right?
No, I haven't.
We have to. We have a couple of tournaments coming up. We gotta go play.
I know. Even if it's like indoor.
No. The course is open. We gotta go play.
True.
Well, we have a month and a half or something. We have a first one, and then we have one a week after.
Yep. Yeah. We'll be ready to go.
We played in what? A couple tournaments together, and we've either won or gotten second, I think.
Yeah, we've played in probably at least 2 a year, and we've come in the top 3.
To be honest, I always tell myself like we're not going to do as well, but then like the second we get to like the 4th hole, I'm like, nah, we got this. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, my wife Jenna has said that we can't go to her work tournaments anymore.
It is kind of weird when you bring your husband and the team wins.
Yeah.
And her defense. Oh, and I think is that the tournament I won the Yeti?
Yeah.
Yeah. We eagled the first hole.
I know.
I knew we had it. We shot like 53.
Yeah.
So no, but I didn't order all the Kaiga golf shirts yet, but I have the sizes and the quote in. I just have to. I'm gonna change the design for the shirt, but they're gonna be like black heather gray Nike golf polos. Is it weird? You know what I was thinking actually today? As I was just because I'm sponsoring, I was like, oh, our team will just wear Kaiga all the same shirt. Is that weird? It's all 4 of us have the same shirt on.
No.
I feel like it's gonna look silly.
No, I think we all had the same color last year. What's the difference?
Yeah, but they were just regular polos. Like we all had a shirt.
Yeah, but now it looks like we're a team.
It's gonna add like a charity golf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the tournament is on the 26th, May 26th, right? May 26th, and it's for all proceeds go to MS Society and Nathan's Fight Foundation, which supports ALS. So that's always fun. And then we have the week before that, we have Zach's tournament that Zach's dad plays in. So we got to go play. Where do you want to go? I want to play
Anywhere.
Canterbury.
Yeah, I'd love to play Canterbury again.
We
I feel like that's always better a little bit later in the season.
it's too we're not good enough for there right away.
There's also a lot of like, yeah, let's just leave it at that. We're not good enough to play there first.
No. I like Pembroke Pines over in Concord,
Yeah,
but it's because it's so open. At least the beginning of the season, it's like a confidence boost.
yeah. There's some tricky holes, but it's pretty open. So even if you go into the opposite fairway, you're fine.
Yeah. Of course, I'm already like, oh, I should regrip my clubs. I say all this, and I like, oh, I want to go. I don't have time for any of that.
I have the kit. We could do it if you want.
Oh, to do the grips?
Yeah.
No, I mean like, oh, I want to like. I was like, oh, I'll regrip this year, which I actually do need to do. I was like, oh, maybe every year I'm like, should I get irons? And then I'm like, oh, I want this fishing stuff. I want to buy a kayak. I don't have time for any of this. I have to pick something. I think I have too many hobbies. I do like golf.
I know I have a lot of summer hobbies too.
Yeah, the problem is the issue is I don't do anything all winter. Can you hear me all right? I was just kind of far from the mic.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm getting too comfortable. So I don't do anything all winter. I just work, which I'm still going to be working. But like those Saturday mornings, like my favorite, I just like can't pick what I want. Should I like go shoot my bow? Should I make a tea time? Should I go fishing? I have no idea.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Too many things.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't do anything in the winter. I have like some detailing, not as busy as I am in the summer.
Yeah, obviously. I know.
And then,
well, that's another thing too. Is I only go golfing with a certain amount of people, and you know, always like I can spread out my work. You're like, oh no, I have a detail in the morning on Saturday. I don't want to go Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I do. You know what I've been having an issue with is I don't even think it's been on the podcast, but because I'm very busy and I have like we're busy at the house and Kaya's been taken off, but everyone's like, oh, you should take some me time. Fuck that. But I'm also like, oh no, I should like take a couple hours on Saturday and go golfing. So I don't know. I'm kind of like in between. I don't know what to do. So you know me really well, and this is going to be a way looser podcast because some of the other folks I like episode 1 and 2 so far, I haven't talked to them in a while. I don't. You know me, and I kind of like dive like straight in no matter what. It's been like a year now, and I think the only way that I can do this is just. Do I sound silly? Like I don't want to listen to those people when they're like, oh, you take some time. I literally take 9 p.m. on Sunday night until I go to bed. That's my like, I'm not working. That's the time. Is that kind of ridiculous or no?
I mean, as you can tell, like your hard work is paying off from what you're doing.
That's what I'm saying. I just can't listen to that shit, dude.
I think you have the itch where it's like.
You think people are too soft?
No, I think that you have the itch. You're like, I can see where this is going. Yeah. You have like this vision, this view of like what's going to happen at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. And you're like,
I like it.
I can continue to keep grinding at this and get to that way quicker than if I take an hour. What's the difference? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, like they'll be like, oh, we'll just take a day for like some you time. No.
Yeah. I mean, the type of work you do too, you can be physically present in doing something else while not being like.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, no, like even like I'll work in the office. I'll like spend time with Landon, and then I'll go out, we'll show like watch shows, and I can work while we're out there and like still have like a semi conversation. Cause I mean, I'm still like family is still the most important part to me, as well as like building the business. But yeah, no, at least, and I guess I'm thinking it of a different way is like, oh no, like I'm not taking a day off. And maybe it's just because my name's on it, but I'm also like, okay, if I take a day off, which isn't a thing, like, oh, am I like, what's that client gonna think if they like don't hear from me for like a couple hours? Because I like am on top of everything. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's
I feel like I hear that and I'm just like, you have zero desire. Or they just, you know what? I'm coming off a little aggressive. It was a really great day. I hit some accomplishments, so I'm kind of fired up. But I also think like maybe those people just haven't found like what they want yet. Because I mean, I get it too. I mean, 2 years ago, I mean, you just have like the normal day-to-day job. Your only money is like from the Karen that you have working that you work for, which my actual boss is, her name's Karen, so it's great. But yeah, so I kind of get to that point. Maybe they just haven't found it yet. But when I hear that, I'm just like, don't be a bitch.
Yeah, and I feel like there's times and places for it to take more time for yourself, but
yeah,
when you're at the beginning stages of building a business and building a brand, I think that it's a lot tougher to do so because you're putting in all this work
yeah,
to grow the business, and you can see those small accomplishments just piling up and piling up and piling up, and you can say, hey, look at what it's become over the past couple of days. Like if I don't take a day off for the next 5 years, look what it could be.
Like even today, I'm like, oh, it's Friday. Like I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I got some checks in the mail. Like it is a great day. I stopped by clients. We have like bigger stuff getting set up, which is just gonna like continue to grow. So I got home and I was like, oh, like the sun's starting to poke out. I'll just hang out. I'm like, no, I have shit I have to do first. And that's not even the podcast. I mean, we started this at 8:30. Like this is the best part of the day, probably. But yeah, I don't know. That just made me think of it. Like I hear like, no, I'm not gonna take a day. And I don't mean like I'm not gonna go like like spend time golfing on a Saturday morning. But if I do that, like if we have an 8 a.m. tea time, I'll be up at 4 and working until I leave. Because that's the only way I would enjoy it for sure. I just know that.
Right.
But, I mean, I guess it's all relative because I would have never done that before. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that drive, that itch of like seeing your accomplishments come to like fruition, and being able to like, it's almost like you're getting a high or something from accomplishing those tasks for these other companies, and you can see the bigger picture and how that brand is becoming bigger, and you have a major influence on that.
Yeah,
I think that those wins are really showing that.
Yeah, I agree. Love
that
it.
your company is growing. It's like, if I just put more time in, look how many more I could do.
Yeah.
So
And guys, it's not just me, because Zach is one of the most dedicated people that I know. He's literally like meticulous, psycho, detailed, does it. Yeah. So I'm not just crazy. Wait, I don't want to go off golf just yet. Is there something aside from us like going, is there something that like you want to buy for golf this year? Because I kind of want to get, other than the grips, I might get a driver. I suck with my driver anyways. Maybe just, I don't know. I want to get something. You know what I should just get is one of the push carts, because I want to walk. I always like to walk because we don't really drink when we go anyways. I kind of want to walk, so maybe I'll just get a push cart and some grips. Call it a day.
that's a good idea.
That's still like $300, $400 though, total.
I think I would look for a push cart.
Right? If we both spend like $200 on a push cart,
yeah,
get our exercise. I mean, it's not like a lift, but it's cardio, I guess. Because I mean, driving's nice, but you're waiting anyways. And I mean, it's way more enjoyable when it's nice out, so I don't mind walking.
I feel like I play a little bit better when we walk too.
There's more, you have way more like pace and rhythm. When you have a car, you like hit, sit in, cold, wait. When you're walking, you're ready, you get to it, you go. Yeah, I don't know. Is there something you would buy though? Would you get clubs or no? You
No,
got a new
probably,
driver last year.
yeah, I got a new driver, a new
Oh,
putter.
you got new irons recently too?
Yeah, new
Shit,
lines,
I have had the same clubs for like 8 years.
new bag.
Damn, you got everything now.
In the past couple of years, yeah.
I
Gone through.
I guess I didn't think about that. I just have not bought anything.
Yeah, last year was
So okay, so wait,
year I
freeze.
sold-
I just remembered this. For like 3 years straight, this little douchebag has been sending me irons to buy, trying to spend all my fucking money. But I actually might, maybe I will this year. I don't know.
all right. I'll still start sending you some more.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because like before, I mean, this is again, it's all relative, and I like, but before I'd be like, no, I cannot afford that. But now I'm like, no, I just bought that. I shouldn't have, but I just bought it for sure. Like, no problem. Anyways, we're going. Oh, I forgot you texted me. We're gonna go to TPC. Is it TPC Boston?
No, it's in Brookline. I forget the name of the course, but it's for the U.S. Open.
Yeah. Well, oh, wait, the US Opens there this year?
Yeah, it's June 16th to the 18th.
Is that a major?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh shit, it's gonna be expensive then.
Yeah, that's why I said we should price out tickets.
Well, I was like, no, I'm down. Wait, US Open, Brookline,
Yeah, Brookline.
Mass. Are you sure it's the US Open?
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
June 16th through 19th. Oh my God, let's see how much this is. Oh gosh, US Open, find tickets. All right, we're not going. Oh wait, Chestnut, is that Chestnut Hill, Mass? No, this is the 13th through 19th. 2022 US Open Golf Week Pass. Dude, a week pass is 3,200.
What?
Sunday the 19th, $800.
Just for Sunday?
It says just Sunday. 230 tickets left.
Wow.
Friday 790, Saturday 790. I mean, I'm on Vivid Seats. That was just like a link. Oh my gosh. We'll have to look
Do
offline.
some more research on that.
Yeah, we'll have to look online. So we're probably not going to the US Open.
Probably not.
I didn't know it was the major was here.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh shit! I just thought it was the tournament because I had gone a couple years ago. Well, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not going. Maybe we'll just go play golf for $80. 3,200 for a week pass. That's crazy.
Maybe we can get a media pass with Kygo.
I don't think so. You know what's funny though is like everything. I mean, I probably shouldn't just like say this on a recording, but everything I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna expense that. I'm gonna expense that. Like I bought a subwoofer and a sound bar for the living room, but like I'm a graphic, like we're a marketing agency. I need sound for videos. It's not an office, but I mean that's an expense, right?
Yeah.
Because on relative like to everything I have and like the expenses that you actually have running a marketing agency other than like advertising and like computer stuff, which has already been written off, I have nothing. Like,
Right.
I don't have expenses. I'm gonna be screwed. I have to just buy stuff. Like I have the software is like $1,000 a year. All like the computers, I'm gonna be buying more computers, but even if I spent like, so if I spent $1,000, it's actually only like $150 written off. So I can't also just buy stupid shit because if I'm not going to use it, it doesn't help me at all. I don't know.
Right.
Anyways, fun. Yeah, I get taxed like 22% of the income.
Wow.
Or 18 or something. I think 22 is like once you get over like 60,000. But I guess I don't know. It's something like 18 to 25 under 100K or whatever it is, which I have no idea. What we spoke like, what was it, December, January, when we spoke about like what I needed to grow for Kaiga.
Yeah.
I did half of that the next month.
There we go.
Well, like as far as like
Right.
contracts, I didn't
Yeah.
bring it all in at the same time. But yeah, I was like, oh, maybe a year or two, and now I'm like, well, I might do it next month.
Yeah.
Someone looks at me the wrong way at work, I'm out. I'm out. Oh man. So I guess like a little bit about the detailing. I just wrote it down while we're talking. Would you move down south or no? I can't I can't do the winter. You had just admitted, dude, you don't do anything. The winter sucks.
I mean, I don't. But
if you don't live in like the New England area or have snow, it's freezing from November. It's April 8th right now. And today was like semi, like I still had to like just brought the grill out and I had this oversized hoodie on and I was so cold. It's fucking stupid.
I think for me, I think it's more of
Family.
having family close.
Would you buy it? Would you have one here though? And then like in the winter, go there for a couple months or no?
Yeah. I mean,
sorry if I'm all stuffy. I don't know what's going on.
No, you're fine. No, but I think that would definitely be an option, would be to have a house here and a house more southern from here.
Yeah, but a lake house like on Winnipesaukee and then have something down south. Because that's my plan for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if my family just goes down and her family goes down, perfect. Fuck it. Although I love a lake house would be sweet.
Yeah.
So you're down south house. What state? What's it look like? Like when you picture in your head, what's going on? You wake up in the morning, you have your cup of coffee. Like, what are you seeing?
Just a big.
You haven't even thought about that.
Just a big farmer's porch, really, with some chairs sit out front.
Yeah, but like land, water. Like, are you on a lake or you're in Florida? Where are you? Because I'm either I'll give you a second to think about it. I'm either like in Florida, which I mean Florida's not even really my thing, but like Florida, everyone likes Florida. But like I'm kind of thinking like Tennessee in the mountains. I went there last year. It was so nice. I loved it. Her dad's in South Carolina. I love South Carolina. The Carolinas are nice. But basically the weather and the people are really nice. I don't know. The restaurants are good. Again, I'm just dieting, so I'm always thinking about food.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say somewhere that's similar to New Hampshire where you have the mountains, you have the lakes, but it's also warmer. The climate's warmer.
Is there somewhere down there that has that?
To be honest, no, it's just in my mind. So I have no clue.
Well, you know what? If there was somewhere like Montana in the summer, again, I've never been there, just photos from Kilrod Bailey. But if there was somewhere like that in the summer, like down south, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It would kind of be like moving Lake Tahoe, which is beautiful.
Have you been?
Warm climate. No.
No.
But I've seen so many pictures.
That's it. We need more than one house.
Yeah.
We need a couple houses for sure.
It seems like more than two is really what.
So I put it into the universe yesterday because I was messaging someone. I can't even recall who it was. And they had mentioned, again, I'm always bitching about the snow just because. And I was saying how I'm going to have something down south, but I'll probably have to keep this up here. And I think after I have an investment property, probably up here, I don't really know. The next thing is definitely just a place down south. I don't know where that would be just yet. I guess it depends on the market too, but I've been looking to hopefully do an investment property soon. But there's nothing like, it's super hard to find something that I could rent out. I don't really know.
Yeah, a lot of people are building, to be honest, for rentals. They're building duplexes or building these 3 family homes so that they can rent them out.
Not a bad idea. I mean, I think because I work so much now, I guess you're always like, oh, passive income. But like, I would love to get a check every month. A bunch of checks every month that I'm just not doing shit. I mean, maybe there's a company coming up that can do it for you, so you just get paid, but you have to wait. You never know. I don't have any like topics for us. I figured we just shoot the shit. There's one thing before I forget. Is I've mentioned we can talk about it in any point that we want, but I keep mentioning risk. I kind of just wanted your aspect or like your point of view. I don't know if you saw the other ones, but basically when I think about risk is I still have yet, no, I already mentioned that I still have yet to like quit my job because like I don't know if it's because I have a family that counts on me and I just haven't taken that risk, but taking the risk to at least start my business and see like where it's like going to. I think it's been super important. And again, I haven't made like the ultimate, which I already alluded to it. It could be soon. We don't really know yet. But do you have like any thoughts on that at all? Like I know again we both work full time and have some stuff on the side. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. But how important do you think that is? Especially like I mean, even detailing cars, like to a certain extent, you're doing people like working with people you've never talked to before, and you're taking like some people like have huge car payments that they probably can't even afford, and they're like letting someone to go like wash and like make their car brand new again, which to the wrong person could fuck it up. So I mean, that's even like you're taking people's things that are super important to them. Do you have any like thoughts on that at all? Even if it's like in your day-to-day job, because I mean, depending on like where you want to go and if you want to move in the company or move companies, whatever it is, I think there's always risk. And I think, but and the farther I go, even like starting the podcast, I think it's super important to take. Do you have any thoughts on that at all? If you don't, that's fine. I think that's a key factor in making progress, which I have to mention in the podcast. We can't just talk about golf. Um, I progress podcast and people just watch us talk about freaking masters, but
No, I think that risks come in all different shapes and sizes, like you kind of alluded to. There's smaller risks, whether it be starting a side business, kind of trying to take the risk that you can work for yourself, taking the risk that, hey, I know what I know about this process, whether it be detailing, marketing, logo design, whatever it might be, and kind of marketing yourself. I think that risk comes, like I said, comes in different sizes. And I think that everyone usually says risks are huge. And for the most part, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So going out and working for yourself full time is a big risk. I think,
scary as shit.
yeah, I think for me,
Also
I'm
very exciting.
I'm a very I plan a lot of things
Oh
in
yeah, yeah.
my
Oh, for sure.
like 5 times over in different ways. And that's how I calculate my risk on what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I was like, oh, you probably don't. You might not have anything directly to talk about, but you calculate that all day long with everything. You totally do.
Yeah, I do. It's
Huh.
kind of like risk management on a daily basis.
Well, even your even job. I was talking about you personally, but yeah, even your job.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. I don't know. At least we're like going full time. I do personally. It's selfish because I want to keep talking about it because I think if I keep talking about risk and talking to all these people about how it's so important, maybe I'll take like the full dive. But again, everyone has these scares. Like even in my head, it's what if I get fired from all my clients? What if something happens? Because health insurance when you're like self-employed is insane, especially when there would be three of us on it. The price is like insurmountable. It's fucking dumb. I'm just never gonna leave the house. Ever.
Yeah. That's a risk too.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, like you had mentioned, like there's some really big risk, but there's also like huge reward, and it could be really exciting. Yeah, I think again, I haven't totally done it, but I think it could definitely be worth it. and most likely you're gonna land on your fucking face sometimes. Which I don't know if we've talked about because I mean Zach and I catch up, I don't know, once a month maybe. Like personally, just on the phone, like home from the gym or work or something, aside from like the business talk. Yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. What was I saying?
You're saying talking about risk, and then you're talking about how
I had a point. I don't remember it. I don't remember.
that's all right.
Um, oh, this isn't the point that I was going to make. But you know what I was thinking the other day is anytime, like you're a people pleaser. Do you think that's part of your risk, or you just like want you like making people happy?
I think that's part of
no, it's a positive thing because you just don't say no. Like even if I ask you something and you're like, yeah, I probably cannot do that, you'll tell me yes, and then like try to make it happen or like do it the best possible way. Is there something like in your head, like again, it's not a negative thing because you just make everyone like everyone loves you. So I'm just kind of curious, like I didn't write it down. I thought about it earlier today. I'm like, yeah, he's just says yes to everyone. So if I ever brought you on for Kaiga, we'll have to tell you to do no because I keep saying yes. I got fucked.
Yeah, I think it's part of like my personality as a person to
Yeah,
say, yeah, I want to help you out any way I can, even if I don't know how
yeah.
to do it. I'll research it. I'll find out how to do it, and then
Yeah.
I'll do it the best of my ability.
No, that's definitely a good point. I mean, oh my god, you know what? I didn't even think like how many times I've had him at my in my garage from 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning just doing wiring that I probably could have done myself, but I'm just too dumb. Also, okay, so this is super side related, but if you don't think you're smart enough to do a business or like go out on your own, I'm I'm just an idiot. Just you just have to work hard and push yourself to learn new things. That's just a side note, but Jesus, I mean, I'm betting on myself now, but I mean, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. You just got to figure it out and put the time in and work effort, work ethic. Actually, so we're not going back to golf, but I do want to talk about. I was thinking about it, or when you're watching, all these people are like, no matter what, like Tiger Woods is not even at the top of his game. He's just came back. But no matter what, and I've gone and watched golf before, and everyone just like will go 3 holes ahead, hold their spot like on the rope to just see him. It's almost like a culture. Like he just brings everyone is like attracted to him, and that's not just in golf. It happens to like everyone, not everyone. It happens to like a lot of people, like Joe Rogan. Everyone has a boner for Joe Rogan. He's the shit. Or different comedians, like they have a person that they super relate with. Um, I don't know. It's just interesting me. It makes me think like, what is it that those people have that either like they'll have like a huge presence online and they say one thing and that's how everyone believes it or they see it one way. I don't know. Is there like something that you can think of that, I mean, like Tiger Woods, I guess specifically has something because he's one of the best golfers of all time. But like even comedians, they like I'll listen to a podcast and then they'll make a joke and I see that one joke everywhere like for days. Is there something that people provide or have that like makes that happen to them? I guess a lot of artists have it too because you'll see one thing and they're just like everyone's like up their ass.
Yeah, I'd say it's like one of three things for me. I think it's either they bring a sense of like energy that boosts your mood on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So, or they have an ability that you wish that you had or that you strive to have,
Mm-hmm.
whether that be athletics or, like you said, comedy. That's obviously an ability. Not
Yeah, it's
everyone
true.
will have it.
Dude, I love a good comedy. Oh, it's so good.
And then the other would just be like you crave their wealth or their the things that they have, and you think that what they do brings them wealth, which will bring them happiness. And I think that
Yeah.
a lot of people,
Do you think we're just envious of these people? Like when I mentioned that like people flock to them. You think we're like envious of not what they have or what they built, because of like what you had mentioned, like their skill or like doing a certain thing.
I
I
think,
think that probably is it.
I think people are envious of certain aspects of their life, but others they
Yeah.
aren't. Like some people probably don't. I mean,
Like
me
the
personally,
must be nice fucks.
I wouldn't want to be like famous and have people like encroaching on like my daily life.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'd be great to have a brand that people coincide with, that everyone wants to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
But there's levels to it. There's parts of it that are good and bad. And like a lot of professional either athletes say it, you got to take the good with the bad. There's
Mm.
bad media out there, bad press, there's good press, and it's trying to
Yeah, true.
weigh that and maybe not interact with it, or let me just ignore this and maybe it'll get better kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me personally, I would hate to have any.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
I,
you would.
I don't like.
Meanwhile, you're on my podcast, and I'm gonna share as much as I can, even though it's only gonna get 70 views.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like being the center of attention. That's not my
Yeah.
MO. But
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think a lot of it does come down to money. But I mean, even now, like again, I don't have money, but it's more than I've ever had, and I feel broke as fuck. So it doesn't fix that like at all. Because the more money I like consume or not consume, the more money I have, I want to buy less things.
yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, I think maybe at least with me personally and like my company, like not necessarily that like I was talking about the company, but it just makes me wonder like what does that to those people. And most, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, and I think money is the huge thing, but I think if you're actually true to yourself or the brand, being in that position isn't as big of a deal as if, I don't know, if you just went viral for something random, I guess. So yeah, maybe that's true. Yeah, and I wasn't talking about like the must be nice people, but like the people that are like actually like with like Tiger Woods just like up his ass just because it's a bad shot and they're like, yeah, Tiger. Although I did jump up and fist bump when he hit a putt today. So I mean, maybe that's me. I don't know.
and
So
there's also people that also want to be able to say they have the same experience that he has. Like they watched him make this shot, or they saw Michael Jordan play in college.
Oh, I was there that day.
They saw Tom Brady win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's legendary.
People strive to have shared experiences with athletes or people of power, and I think that that's what a lot of people are looking for, is shared experiences to tell people, not to, more or less to gloat, I think.
Probably.
Because it makes them feel a sense of accomplishment, even though they might not have had the exact experience. They were there and witnessed a great experience.
Okay, so segueing that, how do we do that for this podcast?
I mean,
how do we blow it up?
It's just a feel-good podcast. You learn a lot about.
Yeah, so my thought, like, so this is gonna be episode 3. My plan is to every Monday, Thursday, 5:00. Episode will go up. So I do want it to be obviously part of this podcast talking all about like having different people on from different aspects and how they see either risk or their mindset to get to a certain point, and add value. And selfishly, I think good conversation, and being able to branch out myself and my like businesses further to other business owners, and just being able to talk to new people. I think it's super important, and that's something I've learned as of late. And I think that can create value. whether people perceive it as that or if they listen through the golf talk or whatever it may be. I don't know. Even if it doesn't, yeah, I'm posting it online and I'm not just on Zoom calls, but I I think it can be really helpful. I mean, I've listened to other two podcasts and a couple of times because I had to edit them, but I think it can be helpful. And I am semi joking when I talk about like, oh, how do we get it to blow up? Because obviously, like getting subscribers on YouTube or like listeners on Spotify and stuff like that, yeah, that can be helpful. Like that's a whole nother business. But I mean, to be honest, it's already doing well because I posted 30 videos on my personal page and none of them have gotten as many views as the first podcast with 0 subscribers.
There you go.
Which is,
I mean,
I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
I think there's a lot of people that might be introverted and maybe don't like having conversations, but would love to network with similar type people. And this might be a way for them to get insight from those people and not have to talk to them. And then also having the ability to reach out to those people, understand their experiences, maybe some of the things that they bring to the table, and say, hey, I agree with this. And I think that this is great because X, Y, and Z. And I'd like to just connect with you and pick your brain about a couple different things because I want to do something similar. Or even they're just interested in what you do. And I think that a lot of people nowadays, everything is based around information. Everyone's always trying to get more information, gain more information, be the smartest they can be in every aspect of their life. And I think with a bunch of different people bringing different aspects of their journey and their life,
exactly,
will benefit more people than you really think.
Which is the goal. And if it works or not, I don't know, but I think it will too. I mean, this is my third one, and I've known everyone so far, but I do plan on reaching out to people like that. Some people I haven't even talked to. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I mean, I've reached out to a couple of people that this wasn't their thing. Like they're just like, I'm not big talkers, which is fine because I totally understand. And again, it like me even asking people brings me out of my comfort zone because this isn't for everyone. It's not even for me. Even if I semi seem like okay, comfortable talking, we're just talking, but like eventually people will see this. So like even if they don't like, if they're not comfortable with that aspect, it's going to make them like not feel like themselves. But I definitely don't want to push them to do it, which is fine. But
yeah, these are tools that people can use to build their business, build their brand. And I think that everyone's here to help you, whether you think so or not. And I think, like I kind of said before, everyone brings a different aspect to a team, and you might not be the same, you might interact a little bit differently than normal, but you bring something to the table that I don't have. And that's why I like interacting with you. That's why we're best friends. Like, we don't have to agree on everything, but we bring different things to the table that bring.
Yeah, a lot of times we see like totally opposite.
And it's great to see other people's point of views. I mean, that's life. That's working in any team environment. Other people are going to have different point of views, different interests, and you can disagree on things, but coming together on the day to finish like a project or something like that, there's no better feeling.
Yeah, no, that is a great point. And actually another thing is when I was talking about well, like again, why I'm like doing the podcast is I think, I don't know if I had said it on this or right in my head. I was like, oh, well, it's really also another great way, like for people to see someone that's not a huge influencer and being a little bit more relatable to them. I mean, I don't have a following. I've just grown the business on like hard work. Like I have 700 followers, like literally nothing. I don't even get engagement on anything. And then, but I do want to reach out and talk to like, I'll talk to I will only have people on here if I respect them or if I look up to them in any way. But if they like fall under those two things, I will talk to anyone. Because originally I was like, oh, well, I'm not an influencer, so I'll be influencer, so that'll be relatable, as well as like I'm 26 years old. There's a lot of people that they're like, I consume a lot of podcasts that they're older, more successful. I mean, there is a lot of younger people doing it, but hopefully I don't think to the level that I'm going to reach or speak to. So maybe that's, I mean, and I've reached out, and I plan on reaching out to people that are growing their fitness page or online coaching, as well as like some of my clients that are super diverse, from like roofing to like trailers and vehicles and contractors. If you want me to name more, I can. but yeah, I think just getting that diverse like perspective from all these people. And I'll even, like, while you're talking, I've been like writing stuff down, because I think you can hear something. I was watching golf, and I thought about something for the podcast, because it's relatable. It's like, how can people like bring a following like that? I don't know. I think it's unique, and I think it'll add a lot of value. So hopefully people enjoy it. Oh, and if you watch this, fucking subscribe, please. I only have 120 views on both podcasts, and no one fucking subscribes. Just click the red button. Thank you. Appreciate it. On that aside, do you consume like a lot of content, like podcast, music?
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a variety of different things. A lot of
What do you like specifically?
um
Is it mostly music or a podcast or what?
I listen to a lot of sports radio.
Yeah.
I listen to Andy Frisella.
He's a badass motherfucker.
He is a bad dude, and he knows a lot. He's gone through a lot of different experiences.
He's crazy, but I love his mindset. I feel I identify with him so much.
So, and I think that's where I've gotten this shift on my mindset. And I plan on doing 75 hard probably.
Dude, same. Well, let's talk about that. Sorry, keep going.
Yeah, so I plan on doing 75 hard probably later this summer.
Yes.
I'm going on vacation soon, so
gotta get the bar going.
Now wasn't the best time, but
yeah,
I am really into like fitness, so I want to see how this will push me further. And a lot of people do talk about how it's changed their mentality.
No, that's fine. The door shut. A sweating sack.
Change their mentality on how they operate on a daily basis, and I think that would be just the kick that I need.
Yeah. Let's talk about Andy's podcast. So if you haven't watched, it's Real AF, right? Called Real AF.
Yeah.
Real AF. I listen to on Spotify all the time. He is a crazy motherfucker. He owns, I don't even think if he says this all the time, but he like owns Vitamin Shop, First Form supplement company. He's a huge investor. He has $1 gazillion. $1 gazillion. Anyways, but his mindset is like, I mean, I guess kind of what I've been saying, and maybe that's where I get it. I don't know. But he's like, don't be a little bitch and work harder. There's no excuses. If you want something done, do it. But yeah, his podcast is crazy. And I kind of asked that because even like when I work all day, I consume some kind of content. So that was another thing. I'm like, I listen to 4,000 podcasts a day. Why do I not? I should just make one. But yeah, his podcast is really good. I don't listen to it a ton, but when I'm like, yeah, I need a kick in the butt, I like turn it on because he's always ripping and rolling, no matter what. And that's a good point too. Like that guy has so much money, but yet all he cares about is like making sure that his workers like have steady jobs and want to push themselves.
Yeah, he's really big into having other people succeed. The people that are
which is I think that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. I think that's a huge, because a lot of people, when they start getting wealth, they're just like hyper focused on helping themselves. And I think that broadening your horizons and bringing the people in your group up with you, even though maybe they don't need the financial support.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit about money anymore.
No, it's more.
He has everything in the world. He could give 2 shits.
Yeah, it's
Does
more about
not
giving them
care.
that knowledge so that they can grow with you in that mindset.
Yeah, and he's like someone like he must have 100 cars, all worth $1 million, and he
He's a
doesn't give a
huge car
shit.
enthusiast,
Yeah, but
which
he
is
doesn't
something else that
care.
which is something else I like.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like but he won't. He doesn't even post on social. Like he doesn't care what people. The only reason he has the podcast is because he wants to help people succeed and get that mindset. He doesn't give a shit about what people see on him or anything. I love it. It's very cool. Which is, I mean, I think that's a cool perspective because again, a lot of people care what other people think about them.
Yeah.
Which is, I agree, it's a tough thing not to do. I mean, I've always gotten to that trap before too. Like, oh, I have to have a nice car. I have to dress super nice. Just like, instead of just enjoying what you like. I mean, bought a brand new truck. Although, like, I loved that truck. I'm like, I feel cool when I'm driving it, but other than that, like, I don't need that. Now, of course, now I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get something else. But instead, I just paid off a vehicle and saved $600 a month. So, I mean, again, it's all relative, but trying not to care what people think, I think you're gonna make it so much further, so much faster.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell people what 75 hard is? Oh, and before you say anything, the first time I heard about this was even before I had listened to his podcast. So a lot of people know about this thing, and I even thought it was ridiculous. I'm like, no, I go to the gym. I don't need to do that. So, anyways, but I do love it. It's cool. Can you want to let people know what that is? Do you want me to, while you're talking, you want me to pull up like a photo of what it is?
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
really it's not really a transformation challenge, even though you will see physical differences between when you started and when you finish. But really it's about changing how you handle situations, mentally and physically. It's going to push you to be a better person, push you to do more in a day than you might have not thought you were capable of, and really brings out your full capacity as a human, and show you that you're capable of way more than you thought you were, and tells your inner voice that it's telling you no, that I'm going to do this and that I will succeed. And I think that a lot of people get maybe stuck in a routine. I'm definitely one of those
Dude,
people. I
same.
get
Let's
stuck
talk
in a
about that too.
routine. I do that every day. I eat the same thing. I wake up at the same time.
Same.
And this is something that will help me grow as a person, help me grow as a business owner, help me grow as maybe a husband, father, whatever it might be. And I think that it's a huge benefit to show what you're capable of.
Can you see this right here?
Yep.
I think there's a little more to it, but it basically, so this is actually in a Fusella. And this is, I don't know if this is all of it, but again, it's like 75 days straight. And like these are the rules. There was a bunch of pictures, but I mean, they were all kind of showing up blurry. But like,
No, this is it.
Yeah, follow a diet, 0 cheat meals for the entire 75 days. Work out two times a day for at least 45 minutes, and one has to be outside. Drink a gallon of water per day, that's cake. I do like 2. Read 10 pages of a nonfiction entrepreneur book, which I love this idea, but that's so difficult.
It's honestly not that bad.
But to find all right, so
he has recommendations on his website of books that you can.
No, and I have 2 right. I literally borrowed 2 from a friend.
Yeah.
So, and I literally for 3 nights I did it. And it would be like the last thing I got to, but it ended up depending on the night, I can work pretty late. So I'm like, I'd either get to it, I'm like, nah, I need to sleep because anyways. Again, I'm just being a little bitch. Take a progress pic every single day. I think there's more than this.
No, that's really it.
I thought there was more.
No alcohol.
Oh yeah. There's just more detail. No alcohol at all.
But no, that's literally it. So there's this 75 hard is 75 days, and then there's Live Hard. His Live Hard program
Yeah.
changes on phases, obviously. Um, and some of those things are like take a cold shower every week. But the transformations you've seen on these people is amazing.
Wait, isn't that? Oh, wait. I thought the cold shower was like. I thought that was every day too.
No, that's part of his Live Hard program.
Oh. Anyways, like, so I think when he explains it, um, I think when he explains it, he talks about how it's not. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this because I need to lose weight." Excuse me. I never talk this much. My throat's like. But yeah, a lot of people will do it because they think they need to lose weight. And again, if you do that for 75 days and just lose a ton of weight and then go back to your normal self, it's not going to fucking do anything. Oh, you're just going to quit. You're not even going to make it. But he talks about how it's really like more of a mindset trainer. Like it's supposed to change your mindset. Because, well, I guess we can talk about the routine thing too, because I get stuck into that. When like anything changes, I'm all fucking flustered. But yeah, change your mindset to be that strong and to be like, no, like this has to get done. It doesn't matter if it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I haven't gone to bed. It still counts. I think he talked about one of the times he came back, he did like everything, did all this. He got back at like 1:30 and he hadn't done an outside workout. So he rolled his spin bike. Of course, he has a spin bike. No one else does, but he rolled a spin bike out into the driveway and did it at 1 o'clock in the morning. Like, no, just even like if it seems simple at the time, you're doing it for a reason. You started for a reason, and it's because like that. I mean, if you do that, it's like everything added up. It's a lot. It's going to change how you approach things and everything. I think it's probably going to make everything a lot freaking easier.
Yeah, and you don't have to do the same things that all these other people are doing. You can do it at your own pace. But it teaches you how to prioritize things outside of your daily life. Like,
Oh yeah, that too. Because I mean, a lot that takes. I mean, we both like to work out, but splitting like you have to specifically split up workouts. You can't do an outside workout and then go outside and finish the other 45. You'd have to do some morning, night, or whatever it may be. Especially if we really wanted to fuck it up, we could start in like January because doing a workout outside in a blizzard, no one wants to do that shit. And that's what makes and that's what makes you stronger, right? Like if you're gonna go out in a fucking blizzard and even if you just walked for 45 minutes, no one does that. Nobody. And that's a big thing too, like for self-confidence, I think. And when I'm doing something, I'm like, yeah, no one's doing this. Like, I feel so damn good. Even if it's like, I don't know, going to the gym early, there's people there, but like a lot of people will bitch out. They won't wake up early. They don't have time. Or working late. When it's 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I know every other motherfucker is sleeping, and I'm working, I'm like, yeah, I'm like this. But I mean, there's a reason I'm doing it, and I'm going to be way better off. So I think stuff like that, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, the water thing, I could do 2 gallons. I feel like shit if I don't drink any water.
Yeah, I think it's tougher for people who maybe have a physical job and aren't maybe sitting at a desk or something like that.
Oh yeah, or don't have it on them. Yeah.
Or even people who are sitting at a desk. It's just really, it can be tough to track, and it's just water. Like it's not liquid.
Yeah.
So you have to be drinking a gallon of water. So you got to be able to track that.
Yeah. Even like he gets so mad when people are like, can I add like a flavoring to it? He's like, just fucking water. What don't you understand, you little pussy ass? He literally just swears at him like, what don't you understand? Oh, and I keep putting my head down because my mic's down here. It probably looks weird. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. Do you want to talk about why you said you wanted to kind of do 75 hard? Was it because you're super routines, right?
Yeah, so I want to be able to break away from that and prioritize things outside of my daily routine that I don't normally do, to help me be able to shift focus wherever it needs to be, so I can become a better person, better business owner, um, and that obviously translates to every part of life.
Yeah,
Without
what,
it.
especially a business owner. Like I'm even right now, like I go in so many different directions. I am always super routine. So when things change, I'm like, but yeah, it's a huge thing. I think it's important skill to have. I mean, even like I'm definitely better now, but even before, like if something would come up on the weekend, I'm like, no, I had it planned. Like this is how I had it in my head. And if things change, I'm like, fuck. But yeah, no, I think that's true. Yeah, we're both definitely like that. Because even when we would have something and it would change, it'd be like, oh, which is so silly.
It
It's
is.
such a ridiculous thing. But no, it's a really good point. I think that's helpful. Um, is there anything else that you had in mind that you wanted to talk about,
Um,
or that you have coming up? Or oh, you know what we can talk about is, do you have is there anything? I always like I've been doing the vision board Sundays. Is there anything that you have like on your vision board that you either want to accomplish or buy or do or whatever?
yeah, I really want to get to the point where I can buy a Corvette for like a fun car. Um, this has been a goal of mine for probably 3 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been getting closer and closer.
And when you say that, do you mean buy outright or payments?
Uh, Depending on the
Depending on
vehicle,
the one.
one of the two. Yeah.
So I think that's an important thing too, because people suck with their money. So Zach could go buy one right now, and it could be brand new when he could afford it just fine. But that doesn't mean like I'm not saying him. I'm saying that doesn't mean you should.
Right.
That's my personal goals. I mean, my personal thoughts, but you do you. You do you. Because the more like expenses that you have, the more stress you're gonna have. That's the same reason I haven't gone to buy a Corvette, even though I want one so bad.
Exactly.
So is there your dream? Is that like your dream car, or is that like that's the one you want right now for sure? Well, like the first one, because I know
Yeah.
like we dream big, so I'm sure we got some fucking Ferraris and shit, or I want a Porsche.
Yeah. Same.
So
E3
this
RS.
this won't be the next one, but it is coming.
Heck
This
yeah.
this isn't the GT3 RS. This is the Panorama, but they didn't have that in the Hot Wheels. This was like $6,
Really?
right? Landon's the kids are expensive. I don't know. It's not a kids. Also, was I supposed to open it out of the package?
Yeah, you can. Why not?
Well, I opened it. I was like, is it worth more if I leave it? I know. Anyways, I'll have one. I'll have one in the driveway soon.
Yeah.
But I think Corvette would be pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't know. Anything other than because I think wanting things is like a supernatural thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, of course, like we all want like a nice car and stuff like that. What if you went out right now, what Corvette would you buy? What year? What color?
Uh
I don't know.
out,
I just love them. I honestly don't know the years that much.
I'd probably want a C6, so like a 08 to 2012. I really would want like a ZR1
Yeah, they're just way faster.
in either
Black?
Le Mans blue or
Oh, what?
red. Yeah.
What? Throw me. I would have never said that for you. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm gonna get a like you're talking like a nice two-door coupe. I mean, a two-door convertible or hardtop.
They get removable tops.
Yeah,
They're hard top.
if I'm doing that too, I'm going with a color. Because I ain't just whipping out like the red every day. It's gonna be like, nah, like I feel good today, right? If you feel like shit, I'm not taking the car out.
I will anyways. I don't care.
No, I think I got to be like, yeah, I'm feeling good. Throw some J's on. Even I don't even have any J's right now.
I got you.
What I gotta get something. Dude, I've lost the last, I don't know, 3 months. I haven't got one shoe on sneakers.
I'll have to get you connected with one of my friends who does it.
What? Sells them?
Yeah, he buys and sells them.
No, I don't. I want them for the fucking sneakers app price. I'm
Yeah,
not.
he
I'm
has really good
not. I'm
pricing
not
for.
going on. I'm not going on StockX and paying fucking $300 for $150 pair of shoes.
No, I'm telling you.
Because that's what I do. Because when I get them on sneakers, I go sell. That's why I don't have any.
No, I'm telling you.
The shoes I was gonna wear for my wedding, I sold them. I have to get another pair.
But if you want to, I can connect you with him.
I'm a cheap fuck. We'll see. What okay, car. Do you have anything other than 75 hard that you really want to accomplish? Not even accomplish, do. Like, is there something like I want to spearfish. I like fishing, but I think I'm not even good at fishing. I suck. So spearfishing is like way harder. But I think that'd be so cool. Spearfishing, deep sea fishing, all things I want to do. I don't know why I like fishing so much.
One of the other things I'm trying to do is get gym equipment for my house to build a home gym.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice.
I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, that's for sure.
Yeah, stuff's crazy expensive right now. Well, it's got to be forever.
Getting pieces that I like, things that I want, and just putting it all together. Yeah. I think that would be very beneficial in my life moving forward. Maybe I don't have the same amount of time that I do now to go to a commercial gym, but I can get the same workout at my house with certain equipment.
Do you think like lifting and being active, like / physically fit, is helped your like mindset and or like be successful?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely helped with goal setting. I mean, before, when I was younger, I might have not had the best goal setting experiences. But
I think it teaches a lot of lessons though too.
Yeah, going to the gym, being able to be like, hey, I want to bench 225 pounds for reps. Like, that's a goal of mine.
Yeah.
And then taking a step back and saying, well, I can only bench 135. How am I going to do that? And
yeah, I mean,
you start eating at it. You start going every day. You start wanting to get stronger. You start saying, okay, 2 pounds this week, 5 pounds this week, and I'll make it to my goal.
Yeah, I also think it says a lot for someone that, well, to everyone, because if you go in every day, and then some days that shit's gonna feel great, and other days you're gonna feel like absolute dog shit. But the fact that you still push as hard and you get through, and I think it relates to life and business the same, is you still push as hard and you work through it, and just because it's a rough day or like whatever is going on, that not letting it affect you. It's just another one of those like personality traits that it's going to help so much, I think.
Yeah, it's all about the fact of getting 1% better every day.
Yeah, I like that.
Be in the gym, outside the gym, as a person, whatever your goals are for the year, for the next 5 years, is getting better every day.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I would say growing within the company that I'm at now. And
you really like it there, right?
Yeah, I love my job now.
Yeah, which is super important.
I love the team that I work with, but I see myself growing within that company, and then also growing my detailing company, possibly having an employee or two, depending on how much growth there is, and really trying to grow other companies outside of that.
Yeah, I think I love that. Yeah, I mean, and again, and being able to push in multiple categories is huge. And I don't know if you mentioned it. It's KC Auto Detailing.
Yes.
Kellogg Customs. I will have his Instagram linked below. So definitely hit him up. He's in the southern New Hampshire area. But I mean, money talks. If you're a little outside the range, you never know. Yeah, no, and I think that's a huge thing. A lot of, especially like for a little like higher end cars. I mean, people really pay for like a good job. It's not just like having the 16-year-old down the street come wash your car. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That shit comes out spotless, way better than fucking showroom. That's crazy. Um, what else? Do you have anything else on your vision board? Not that you have a vision board, but that's just been something I've been doing lately.
Yeah, I feel like if people have vision boards or something similar, maybe it's just something that they have in their head that they picture themselves having, whether it be in the next year, 2 years, or however many years down the road. I mean, for me, the past couple of years, it was always family, getting married, things like that. It doesn't always have to be about cars, houses, things like that.
Yeah, no, it can be experiences and
It can be
how you want to
whatever
be
you
as a
want.
man.
Oh, I
Yeah.
want to get my master's, things like that.
Yeah. Is
But I
that
think that
something? Are you doing that right now?
no, I do a lot of like outside of like listening to podcasts and things like that. I do a lot of LinkedIn learning too,
Mhm.
which has been a huge benefit of exploring what else I might like inside my position now or other opportunities that I might have within a business. And kind of getting that free way of, does this interest me? Does it not? Um, and kind of learning more about it.
Yeah, I like it. Always trying to shoot for something, that's for sure. I like it. Do you have anything else before we finish up?
Um,
You don't have to come up with anything. I was just making sure. I'll absolutely have you on again. No, I think that was great. And again, it was a great way to be able to catch up a little.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I will have Mr. Zachary's accounts linked below. And I think we all appreciate your time, and it was good talking to you, buddy.
Awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll catch you later.
All right. See you.